The fielder there in the deep will only get a single.
Well, Nahidul, just a lack of consistent accuracy in the over. He's been so miserly while taking his wickets. 2 for 20, 3 for 5, 3 for 17 are his figures from previous games. Another clever piece of running. There's soft hands, quick single.
It's a sensible batting from Minister Dhaka. What they're doing is rotating the strike, taking quick singles. Some breeze, as I mentioned, at Zohar Ahmed Chaudhary Stadium in Chattogram. Ideal conditions for cricket.
Oh, he tries to paddle it. Does get a bit of glove, I think, or did it hit the patch? Wait and see if there's a signal. It's no signal from the umpire. So, we complete the 5th over. Dhaka move on to 35 for 1.
আইলশা নাকি আরাম প্রিয় উই ডোন্ট জাজ এক চাপে খাবার হাজির 30 মিনিটে ফুড প্যান্ডা
Minister Dhaka group, the team 35 for 1. You would feel as long as a centurion is out there from the previous game, Tamim Iqbal, things are under control. They bat deep. Karim Jannat. He likes to pitch the ball up. And that's a better proposition for a bowler as well, to get the ball to be pitched up while you're getting your rhythm right. He had an outing yesterday. Edward Rainsford Brent joins me, and he realized very soon that if he's bowling short of length, he will be punished. Tamim Iqbal knows how to hit through the line. Immediately goes round the wicket.
A change in angle. Good morning, Anjum. Yeah, he's a fantastic player, is Tamim Iqbal, world class. Get 100 at Lords against England. Get one in Birmingham. I think it was at Old Trafford. Almost back to back. He's a very good cricketer. But as the game progresses, we start gathering data and we start looking at how good and how better players can become. Now, if you look on the left of your screen, it's pace backlift angle at 159 to 170, and then the spin backlift angle at 180 to 193. And this is smart cricket, which is a sensor that's put at the top of the bat to be able to get this sort of information. On the left, it's a seamer. On the right is a spinner. I was worried he was going to get out there, Anjum, as we're building up that story. But the key in how you look at this and how they're trying to get the data, especially smart cricket, is just to look at the angle that's created against the seamer compared to the angle that's created against the spinner. Nice piece of timing, but doesn't find the gap. Just look at the amount of angle created for the seamer compared to the greater angle created for the spinner. Now, my analysis of that is that the angle will be a lot less because there's more pace on the ball on the left and less pace on the right. So he's got to create a bigger angle, a bigger swing of the bat to get the ball away. Thank you, smart cricket. Power, shot efficiency, and bat speed.
could have been dangerous had that ball hit Faf du Plessis at mid-off. It's taken a while this over. Didn't have a powerful throw, but if it had struck, it would have been curtains for Imran.
Yeah, some shots of the periphery of this wonderful stadium here in Chattogram. This is our last day. Anjum, we're off to Dhaka tomorrow. Back to the capital city. The port city has treated us well, just a bailout at the last minute there. Teams have enjoyed the conditions here. They've been very batter friendly. Saw a lot of dew last night. This man has got great memories of this ground. Got 111 not out. I did mention at the toss, both teams coming off almost perfect performances. And there's a perfect sight for you.
The one thing is very noticeable. That Tamim Iqbal is very watchful. He's playing close to his body. Yes, his front foot goes across towards the off stump. And a very Tamim style, very wristy. He likes to play the ball towards mid-wicket region. But the good thing is he's not throwing his bat at the ball. He's allowing the ball to come to him. And when he gets loose deliveries like these, he's dispatching them over the boundary. A maximum for Tamim Iqbal.
Yeah, we've spoken enough, and we've given him a lot of confidence as Tamim Iqbal up at the top here, but he's in a good vein of form. And when you have that presence at the crease, and the bowler continues to double guess what he needs to do, he pitches it short. It's a nothing delivery to a man in this form, and he just picks it up. And it's hit away because he has been forced to change his game plan. He's almost been jittery throughout the over. A couple of wides, a couple of singles, and then hit away for 6.
Experience coming there for Tamim Iqbal. A single to finish the 647 for 1.
সাধারণ ডিস্টেম্পার বা সিমেন্ট পেইন্ট আর নয়, বাড়ির ভেতরে ও বাইরের দেয়ালের সৌন্দর্য ও সুরক্ষায় ব্যবহার করুন স্মার্ট ও সাশ্রয়ী রং বার্জার রেডিয়েন্স।
বার্জার রেডিয়েন্স, বাইরে চকচকে,
ভেতরে ঝকঝকে।
Power play is done, 47 for 1. Not a bad power play, Ed.
Yeah, not a bad one. They created a bit of a partnership, these two. That was wonderful. Mohammad Shahzad. And then gets stuck on the crease, so almost was unsure. Looked like he was trying to give himself a bit of room to try and free that through the leg side, but was proved to be adjacent. Zaman has come out and complimented Tamim Iqbal. Tamim 25 off 20, partnership 40 of 26. So a decent power. You'd say it's a decent power play because you haven't given the opposition an extra wicket, and you've sort of kept things in control and check.
And just to reiterate, the decent power play means for the batting side. That's Minister Dhaka. It's such an important aspect in any form of the game, be it shortest or test cricket, that you don't lose wickets, and you don't lose early wickets. You have time to plan an innings or work out your strategy. When you have wickets in hand, when you have explosive batters waiting in the dressing room. Good stroke, full face down the line.
I think teams are catching on to that. I think teams are starting with a different strategy in terms of holding the innings together. I'll come back to that in a short while. the use of the feet. Daryl Mitchell. All of a sudden, very circumspect. Looks to keep it out. If there's a bad ball, he puts it away. But he tries to take the game deep for New Zealand in T20 cricket. And then, all of a sudden, then just pulls the trigger at will. Aidan Markram is becoming like that for South Africa. Because of how teams want to be so exuberant in that power play, it does bring a lot of risk. That's another poor delivery, but we're outside of the power play, so more fielders outside the circle to protect the boundary. But you get where I'm coming from in terms of allowing the team to still be expansive, but at the same time keep things in check with one particular player that can take it deep and still be expansive at the end.
I also feel that, yes, to just expand on your explanation here, that yes, the wickets are invaluable. But at the same time, the teams are still working out their ways of structuring how they get to milestones. 50 on the board for Dhaka. And how do they achieve team milestones, individual milestones, and the milestones according to the situation. So whilst you want to send your explosive players right at the top and use those fielding restrictions, just 2 fielders outside the circle for the first 6 overs, but at the same time very aware of the fact that you don't want to continue to score, you continue to build the momentum, because you don't want your power hitters to go wasted sitting inside the dressing room.
Yeah, case in point last night. Case in point. Andre Fletcher, the Spice Man as he's become known, franchise cricket, the world round, it takes down bowling attacks, had to almost change his whole game because of the situation, and Sakib was so quick on it that he said, you know what, the dew is going to come, it's going to be difficult, let me get my spinners out of the way, and they're absolutely overly respected.
And 6 runs short while chasing last night. Mahdi Hassan with a 6 still fell short of the target. 54 for 1.
আয়েশা নাকি আরাম প্রিয়, উই ডোন্ট জাজ। এক চাপে খাবার হাজির 30 মিনিটে। ফুড প্যান্ডা।
Time in the innings where Minister Dhaka would look to step up the scoring rate. 7.71. Tamim Iqbal batting in the centre and just marking my attendance whilst the camera is.
You see everybody trying to keep busy at the back there. Akhtar, look at him, always in the notebook. Tamim, busy.
That's Edward Rainsford Brent, that is. It's a nice gamble taken there by the captain to get the second over for Karim Jannat. First one, 12 runs of it. But he's giving encouragement back to Plessy around Karim Jannat.
It's key to have him in those hot zones, as much as you're trying to save boundaries and put him as a boundary rider, but it's always good to keep him in the action. Faf du Plessis, close to the bowlers, close to various areas in the ground to just maintain that strategic information flowing from him into the rest of the players. Now, just to finish that point on how we're trying to set up innings these days in terms of batters, and I think if you look there's Faf. Said he got all his work in because he's going to have back-to-back games. Bowled him! You just mentioned that he went for a few runs in his first over, gambled in bringing him back, and he's just rewarded his captain.
The full ball is always working for the bowlers, mostly. Quick for him, accuracy, going to his credit and undoing Imran Osman. Confidence coming from Faf du Plessis, deliverance from Karim Jannat as Imran departs for 15, 55 for 2. Mahmudullah, vastly experienced, captain of the national team T20, and he's here because of this.
That's a great sight to see if you're a fast bowler. Knock it back. Get it off the ground. Yes, perfect delivery. Didn't disturb off. Didn't disturb leg. Zoned in on middle. Captain out in the middle, as you said.
Confidence is such a beautiful thing. When you have it, correction.
Yeah, when you have it, you cannot put a foot wrong. And the Victorians have it all. Unbeaten. Everything has just gone their way. And their players have really stepped up. As much as it's gone their way, their players have also come to the party at key moments. And there's a really key moment. Get the captain in. Let's see what he can do.
You know, just the fact that Karim Jannat has a Faf du Plessis at mid-off, the captain has allowed the wise words to be shared with Karim Jannat. Not that he wouldn't allow it. Other than that, just walks back towards the boundary line as Tamim Iqbal has come on strike. But you have a young bowler like Karim Jannat and have Faf du Plessis guide him. And guide him right through the tournament. This is invaluable experience. Young bowler playing for Afghanistan, didn't have a great outing in the ICC T20 World Cup. And a great exposure here. He's bowling against the likes of quality batters.
Bit of a breeze going across, that's what's making it comfortable. Coming from the western side of the ground, from right to left of your screen. And it's the shorter boundary, I'm assuming probably 68 yards towards the right of your screen. But you'll be hitting into the breeze. Another element of this ground and how it's open-ended.
$57 for 2.
যেকোনো ক্ষতিকর জীবাণু থেকে সুরক্ষা পেতে ব্যবহার করুন সেপনিল হ্যান্ড স্যানিটাইজার।
There's a bit of a dip, and you'll just see a little grey
Islam strikes back. And just as you were saying, he wouldn't want to throw it away. Is hit it straight to mid-wicket. Was hit hard. Was hit very hard. Dancing down the wicket. Playing across, and Karim Jannat with a good catch. He was close and hit very hard. Well taken. He celebrates. Tamim gone for 46. Dhaka are 85 for 3.
Very big wicket for Comilla Victorians. In comes Shovagoto home. Tamim was looking dangerous. He just smashed a lovely cover drive, and immediately after that he goes down the wicket and he gets himself in a spot of bother because he could not reach to the pitch of the delivery. So he just went through the shot. That's the reason why it went in the air, and luckily there was someone in the short mid-wicket area to take that catch. It's a good catch from Karim Jannat. 85 for 3. Yeah, just when things were looking good for Minister Dhaka, they've lost the all-important wicket of Tamim Iqbal, who is batting really well, 46 of 35. Last 30 balls, now 38 for 2. It's been a good start for them. But with that loss of Tamim Iqbal, they have to start all over again. Good for them that Mahmudullah Riyad is still there in the middle, Ariful Haq. In the attack, right arm Seema. And I do think that this is a very good batting strip. We've seen so many runs being scored, and you've got to go and play freely. But you've got to be careful of not trying to play too many shots when it's not there to hit. That's exactly what happened to Tamim Iqbal.
Just as you were saying, back-to-back 50s. I was saying balanced approach, and goes down the wicket, hits one across, not exactly from the pitch of the ball, and he knew it straight away. But Minister Dhaka, they seem to have a plan. Very measured innings so far.
That should be a boundary. It is a good piece of timing. He's such a lovely player to watch. Shovagoto home, underrated, but he packs a punch. Just opening the face of the Mayat at the very last moment, creating that gap and picking up a very good looking boundary.
Sweet and simple. Just using the pace of the bowler, opening the face of the bat as you mentioned, and finding the gap. Ball winning the race at the end.
Well, that is not a great shot, and he's got away with it because he was not in a position to play that shot. Premeditated, survived.
Shahidul Islam, the fielder at mid-wicket, was short, getting the top part of the bat. Just came out of the blue. That shot from Shivagato home. Good effort from him.
You're very lucky. Shivagato home, very, very lucky. He went down the wicket. That's the reason why he pulled it back. Very full. Huck. Again a short ball. And gone past that fielder at short. Fine. The man in the deep will cut it off. Good running. Very good running. He's come back quite comfortably for the second.
Mahmudullah Riyad, the skipper, just shouting 2-2-2. Definitely wanted to come back for the strike. Already 8 runs of the 4 deliveries. Yes, pulled away, found the gap. It's mostly been proper cricketing shots for Minister Dhaka. Dugout.
That's well bowled. He wants to pick up a single, and he does. They needed a direct hit. 10 in that over. Minister Dhaka, 95 for 3. Mahmudullah now has 1,962 runs. Tamim Iqbal right at the top in most runs in Bangladesh Premier League. Bikur Rahim, the second batter. They're looking to put a little bit pressure here, aren't they? Because it looks like they want to play shots of each and every delivery. And they have 8 more overs, make that 7.5 overs to be bowled.
Yeah, this one, the last over. Well, I think they're just making sure they're getting a run of each ball and laying that foundation for Andre Russell to come.
I think important for Mahmudullah Riyad to stay on, and I think which will allow Shobagato home to play with some sort of freedom. Because you really want him, because he's just come on to bat, to go and try to play big shots. But he needs to pick the right ones, right lengths. Goes down the wicket, gets an outside edge. He's lucky again, dropping short of that fielder. So intentions are pretty clear.
Absolutely. Just the list we saw a while back. 2 of the top 5 batters are from Minister Dhaka. Tamim Iqbal definitely topping the list. Mahmudullah Riyad is there too at number 3. They've won 2 matches out of the 5, and on both occasions they've won the match chasing.
He's sliding down the leg side. And in that chase of 170 plus, they scored 177 for 1 in the 17th over. However, Tamim Iqbal smashed that brilliant 100. But apart from that, if you look back for another last 3 or 4 games, they got bowled out by 400. Versus Sylhet, the same opposition, when they won by 9 wickets in that match where Tamim got 100. 130 for 6, winning by 4 wickets versus Borishal. Straight to the fielder. For Sloppy. And then 131 all out, losing by 30 runs versus Chattogram Challengers. So they haven't had a great day or great time with the bat apart from that one innings. The 100 comes up. But I reckon this innings might just go above 170, 180 is a possibility. You mentioned about Dre Russ in the dressing room, but I also think that Mahmudullah will need to play a very crucial role with the bat for his team. He cannot afford to get out.
Absolutely. Very important player. The 100 has come up for 3. Again, soft hands to take a single to end the over. 101 for 3.
Seven more overs to be bowled. Mustafizur has got 3. Shohidul, a couple of them. So has Karim Jannat. Tanvir Islam, 1 more. Nahidul, as usual, very economical, none for 24. Mahmudullah has been a busy cricketer, looking to rotate the strike. There you go, the pink pads for Minister Dhaka. Dre Russ padded up.
The big hitter waiting in the dugout. We've seen, well, you do need fair share of luck for the result to go your way as well. We've seen that bizarre run out that he suffered. Seen a 15-ball cameo of him as well.
Oh, that's gone. That's a good pickup shot to start the over with the maximum from the bat of Mahmudullah.
What a player he is. Seen one cover drive for 6. This time nicely flicked away right up the middle. Big 6.
151 sixes this season of Bangabandhu BPL 2022. He's now raced over to 28 of 19, and that's why I feel he's so important for his team. If he can just hold his nerve and bat till the very end, don't bother what's coming from the other end. Do your job as a skipper. And he hardly misses a ball.
He is just punished whenever it's in the arc, in that zone. Does it so well. Good shot.
Yeah, that's also the shortest part of the boundary. It's easy to just help. It's on its way straight to the fielder, but there's still a single. Not good. Not good. They should not allow the batters to cross over for a single if the fielders are fielding inside the circle and if the ball goes straight onto them.
Absolutely. Mr. Dhaka are just controlling this game. You mentioned Mahmudullah Riyad scored 39 of 20. Second match against Khulna Tigers. 47 run a ball against Fortune Borishal. He was the man of the match. 33 of 26. Is still at Sunrisers. Plenty of starts and leading from the front.
Bit of a field change here. And the bowler couldn't stop it of his own bowling, so they allowed the batters to cross over for a single. It's important for someone like Shohidul Islam to make sure that he does not release another boundary, especially in this over, because he went first ball 6, and that's what you were talking about. 39 of 20. It has come in good time. 47 versus Borishal was an important innings. Tillet also 33 and 26. Again now 21 deliveries for 30. Oh yes sir, this time he's taken it. It was short, and he's eyeing to put that away on top of that fielder. Fails to do so.
Yeah. Change of ends for Shohidul. Brought back to bowl from the BBS cables end, and change of luck. Bowled, and it was a good catch. Running to his left, Karim Jannat. He's taken his second catch.